seen turkeys here in person, ever. That's awesome. You got one day of bow season you can hunt for fall break, and then it's youth rifle season.
Does it start on Thursday?
Friday.
Or Friday? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday. We hadn't even got to hunt at all this year. Been too busy so far, and it's been 100 degrees.
Ooh. Yep. That on.
Looks pretty perfect to me.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that. Pretty good shooting. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it's deer season. It's go time. It's October 16th, so we're technically 16 days into deer season in Oklahoma. And today's the first time Houston and I are actually going to do any hunting. It's been hot, it's been dry, and just not great hunting conditions. But guess what? Youth rifle season starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's bow season right now. It's a little cool this morning. Definitely not cold enough for a big jacket, I don't think, but...
This isn't a big jacket.
Oh, it's a little jacket. Okay. So Houston's got his crossbow all sighted in. We spent some time yesterday shooting his crossbow, and we've got a few big bucks on camera. Got a couple really nice ones, don't we, buddy?
Yeah, we do.
So we're going to go after them today with the crossbow, and then the next few days will be youth rifle season.
Yes, it will.
You ready? Yeah. Well, let's get the heck out of here before it gets daylight.
Yeah.
Whenever the princess is ready. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I've never seen turkeys here in person, ever. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think the bucks are gonna show.
I want to trust them.
Well, this morning was not the morning to harvest a big buck. It does not mean it wasn't a successful morning in the woods. Not every day is about harvest, but we saw a lot of deer, saw 2 turkeys. We have never laid eyes on 2 turkeys on this piece of property. We're at Mill Creek. There's 160 acres here. We did get some pictures up by the trailer house last year or last spring of some turkeys, but never actually saw them. It's the first time we've ever seen turkeys while we were hunting, and we're sitting by the pond. And I've had a lot of questions about why the pond isn't full here now and why I haven't fixed the dam. And quite honestly, this pond doesn't hold water the way I hoped it would. It does hold water, but it doesn't stay as full as what I would like. And yes, there is an issue with the dam over there, but that's not the only reason it's not holding water. But not all ponds are built to be big bass havens, to be fisheries. This one, as you can see, is pretty small right now.
Frogs over here.
There's a lot of frogs. But that doesn't mean it's a useless pond. This is a perfect water source. Let me show you how clean and pretty this water is right now, though. I really do kind of wish the pond at home, our big 4-acre pond, had this kind of water color to it. Ours at the house is more like brown colored. It's a very pretty little pond, but it's very useful for other things than just fishing. Look at all the frogs jumping in front of Houston. So while we did do quite a bit of duck hunting on this pond last year and plan on this year, I really wanted to do some work to it this summer and try to make it a little bit better. But as you guys saw, it rained all spring and summer and really was not good conditions to be over here. And now that it's fall, we're going to be hunting here a lot. I don't want to mess things up here. I don't want to be over here disturbing everything, because these deer here are not used to human activity the way they are at home. They see us all the time over there. But you guys saw this morning, turkeys came down here and drank from this thing. The deer were down here drinking from it, deer around it all morning. And we will get more rain this fall, and it'll bring water level up. And my guess is by December, January, all of this that's grown, you know, it's got grass and everything in it right now, will be underwater just like it was last year. And that'll be good food for ducks and waterfowl and all that stuff. So just because it's not a big, you know, large fishery, it's still got plenty of water to be a very useful pond on this piece of property, because there's not a lot of water sources around this area. And this area is known for being very sandy and rocky, just like that right there. So it's hard for these ponds to hold water. Matter of fact, you hear the trains in the background every time we're here. It's because there's the big train that goes through here services a bunch of silica sand plants and rock quarries. Well, that's two things that don't make for good ground to build ponds in. So there's not a lot of good ponds in the area that hold a lot of water. So as you can see, we're fortunate that this does hold water, and it's a very good source of water for all the local wildlife.
Some really pretty grass.
What is it? Beaver?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, he goes, you can see where he goes all the way underground in here.
Dug a hole right here. There's a hole right there from it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it fell in. It goes right through here. You can see where it sinks.
Yeah, I need to get rid of him. He's, or they are doing all kinds of damage to the dam, which is not good. But it's really low. Pond's really low.
Yeah.
It'll probably rain this winter and fill it back up, but it could still be a good little duck pond. Like I was saying a while ago, I didn't tell you this, but with everything that's growing out in here, if it rains and fills it back up, this is where we were duck hunting last year, where it's all green right now, and all the way, you know, up into the edge of the timber. You can see the water line on the trees over there. So when the pond does get completely full or over full, it's quite a bit higher and up in the timber, which makes for all of this in here, all this grass as it goes to seed and everything will be a lot of good food for ducks and stuff. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we get the rains. All right, let's leave the deer alone and go home and find something else to do.
Yeah.
You dogs hungry this morning? Who's ready for a little breakfast? Are you hungry? Oh my goodness, Kelsey. Oh my goodness. What's in that bag, Kelsey? What's in that bag? Are you hungry? Here you go, Earl. Here you go, buddy. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Sundays for Dogs. Sundays is not just regular old dog food. It is human grade food for dogs. It's vet formulated, vet owned. They put everything into this to make it as healthy as possible. If you're not familiar with Sundays, it is air dried human grade food. Things like chicken, chicken liver, egg, millet, oat, pumpkin. 83% muscle and organs, 7% fruits and vegetables, 10% seeds and grains, 0% fillers or synthetics. With Sundays, it's just scoop and serve. No prep, no mess. So if you want to give your dogs a chance to try Sundays and witness their transformation, click the link in the description box down below or use code ARMS at checkout at sundaysfordogs.com/arms. You'll get 50% off your first order, and I promise your pups will love it. Morning, Kelsey. Where'd you go? There you are. What are you doing? Well, Kels, we didn't catch any deers this morning. No catching deers today. No, not yet. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Every day for the last couple of weeks, there's been 5 or 6 different bucks come in to a camera right there by the pond. Every morning, every evening, pretty much. And very few does. The one morning Houston and I go hunt, there's 6 or 8 does and 2 turkeys come in. And one little teeny tiny buck. It's just kind of luck of the draw, I guess. That's hunting. But anyways, I'm going to get the tractor filled up with diesel. It was almost bone dry. I've ran a full tank of diesel through this tractor already. And I think it's got 6.5, 7 hours on it, something like that now. I had about 1.5 hours when I got it. So got quite a bit of seat time in the new tractor already. But I do have a project I need to take care of. It's really not a one-man job. I'm going to try to do it by myself. If I can, I may have to get DJ over to help me in a little bit. I need to get a box blind put on a stand, a metal stand, and set up in the woods. I know it's deer season's already going. We're already in the middle of deer season, and I don't have those box blinds up yet, but they were kind of late to come in. Those 2 big box blinds that I showed you guys, I don't know, a week or so ago, were supposed to be here in August. When things got delayed, things happen. I'm not worried about it. They're really a mid to late season kind of style of hunting. I love hunting out of a pop-up ground blind. Those big hard-sided blinds are super nice when it's cold. They can be a little warm when it's hot outside. And early season in southern Oklahoma, it's not uncommon to be in the woods when it's 90 degrees. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do need to get them put together, get the stands put together. I've got one so far. Get them mounted and put in place so that they're not a problem, so that the deer get used to them and they can adjust, because after a few days they know it's just part of the natural setting that's there and they don't worry about it. But I do need to get them set up and in place so that we can hunt out of them when we're ready. Hell, I was wrong. I've got 8.4 hours on the tractor as of right now. So that means I put about 7 hours on it myself. Pretty close. I told you, I like to forget things like that. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Obviously this blind is laying on its side. I had Weston and DJ help me lay it over the other day. More on that in just a second. So this is one of the stands that they sent to mount the blind on. This is a 5-foot stand, and I've actually got 2 boxes there because they both came with their own stand, and you can put 5-foot extensions on these legs and put it 10 feet up in the air. But the way we hunt, where we're hunting, where these are going to be, I really don't need them that high. So we're just going to do them on a 5-foot stand. The problem is I've got to get that on that, and there's not an easy way to pick this up. So the way they come shipped, they're on a pallet. They're bolted on a pallet, kind of a homemade pallet situation. And these 4 bolts here are what mount the blind to the stand. So I've got to take the pallet completely off. Well, when you do that, then you just have a flat bottom. There's no way to really pick this up and set it on that stand. So my plan is unbolt it off the pallet, bring the stand over here, lay it on its side, and match them up, because picking it up in the air from the top is not really optional. I don't think that would be a good idea, and there's not really a way to get it picked up. So I laid it over on its side to get it off the pallet, and we'll see about it. We'll see how it works. Not saying it's the right way, not saying it's the best way. It's what I'm going to do, though. So you can see there's 4 slots, one for each bolt to go through. Somehow, just in the distance from carrying the stand from the shop over here, I managed to bend a support, which may make this thing unlevel. I'll probably have to take that apart and straighten it out. I don't really know that these cross brace supports are necessary for just a 5-foot stand. They're made for when you put the 10-foot stand together to help support everything, because those legs can get a little wobbly. But I'm gonna see if I can line things up and get it stabbed in these holes and bolt it on. We'll see. Might be interesting. This might be the easy part now. Standing the blind up, maybe a whole nother story. Okay, so now comes the fun part. Standing it up. Once I get it stood up, I don't think I'll have a problem moving it around with a tractor and pallet forks, because I can go under that frame with the pallet forks, strap a cable, or not a cable, strap a tow strap around it to the forks, and it's not heavy. The blinds are not that heavy. It's just big and awkward to move. If I had about 2 extra men here, we could probably just lift and throw a strap around it and pull the top, until it's stood up. I've got the tractor here and the forks. I can definitely use that to my advantage, but I don't want to lift it too fast and then it fall over and bust, because if I get behind it on the front, on the top side with the forks and start lifting, if I'm not careful, I will put a fork through a window or push it over too far, and it'll slam on the ground and fall over. And I'm trying to avoid all of that. I am impatient. I'm a little bit impatient. I want to do it. I want to do things myself, my way. This is just one of those. I should probably wait for some help, but I'm not going to yet. Maybe. We'll see. It's not a one-man job. Do have an excavator and a skid steer. I just don't want to mess the thing up. I don't want to tear it up trying to stand it up by myself. And really, I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. Because I absolutely could pull on it more if I stake these bottom legs that are touching the ground. If I stake them down, I could pivot with it. But dang it. I thought I could stand it up by myself. A little easier than this. I could go get the excavator and put a strap around the top, just loop around the top. And problem is I decided to set this thing up next to a power line. Obviously the blind isn't going to be that high, but I don't want the dadgum excavator boom way up in the air with a power line right above it. And it's half a mile away. Telling you, I can't win for losing today. Okay, listen, all it's gonna want to do is bend this frame. It's gonna get worse. And I can't go higher right now because I'm too close to the dadgum power lines. I'm not getting any closer. It's too dangerous. I can shorten ropes and go up and over, but all I'm going to do is end up bending the frame. The frame is scaring me, the stand, because it's not flimsy. Don't get me wrong, it's not flimsy. It's just, I'm afraid I'm going to tear it up. That's what it is. And I've never done this, so this is just me speculating here. And I've watched a lot of videos. I've seen how people do these, stand them up, and they build the entire frame, attach it to the shooting house, and then usually get a tractor and pull backwards and have some guys lifting and pulling. This is supposed to be easy. I'm trying to be careful because these are very expensive hunting blinds, and I do not want to get it lifted up in the air and drop it. But I'm afraid I'm going to end up doing more damage than good. My heart is about to jump out of my chest. It's on unlevel ground. It's not perfect, but it didn't fall over on the excavator. It didn't fall over and bust. It's standing up. I can work with this. I can get it where it needs to go now, I think, and level it out, because I can get under it with pallet forks, strap it to the tractor. I think it will be, let me rephrase that. I think it'll be a piece of cake, but you know that's probably not true. Well, it's up, it's in the air, it's on the tractor. I strapped it on. It's a little bit tall, might hit a few trees, a few small limbs and things. But I think step one, I'm going to back it down the hill into the creek. I don't think driving forward is a good strategy. So I'm gonna back down the hill, cross the creek, turn around and drive it off into the pasture where I need it. I think that's the smart move. Well, here's the first initial look. Need to bring some window cleaner, clean the bugs off where it went down the highway on that side. But you got archery shooting windows, rifle windows all the way around. Everything but the back door, or the back wall. I need to get, I'll bring some window cleaner over here. Get the windows good and clean. I got them all taped shut so they stay secure in transport, but I'll show you. When you open these up, I've got a magnet at the top, stays there, and we can get a little bit of airflow in here while we're hunting when it's not exactly cool outside yet. So I'm not completely done. I need to run back and grab the ladder and the stakes that came with it so I can stake it down, because this thing will catch a lot of wind. It is just a little bit wobbly. I can kind of level it out a little bit, drive some stakes. Oh, grab a couple chairs, and we'll be ready to hunt out of this thing. But I think it looks phenomenal. Got it tucked up next to that big oak tree so that it stays in the shade as best I can. I could tuck it back in the timber a little ways, but I like to be able to see down the timber line, because them big bucks will sneak out of the brush and stay right on the edge of the timber. So if I back this thing up in the trees too far, you won't be able to see them. And we've got a perfect trail that comes out right there. We can hop in this thing, be fairly stealthy and undetected. But I am excited to hunt out of some good ground blinds, or shooting towers, or shooting house, or whatever you guys want to call it. It's a hunting blind over a big field. right then. Got windows spick and span clean. That one you can't even tell there's a window in, because there's not. But it is clean. Vertical windows. So typically when you set in a blind like this, you try to leave as many windows shut as possible, because these are tinted a little bit and you get away with a little more sound. Check this out. They even sent some lights with it. They have little stick-on pads and a remote. We have a party in here, man. But anyways, typically you'll leave as many windows closed as possible so that you don't make any extra scent blowing around out there. And like I said, they're tinted a little bit, so you can kind of get away with a little bit more movement. This girl right here is just waiting on me, aren't you, Kels? But I will say, this is going to be very, very nice late November, December. I mean, heck, the year that Houston shot Limpy Gimpy, right out here, it wasn't exactly cold, but it was January, and it could have been super cold. Actually, Limpy Gimpy was standing right in that little opening in that little gap of trees right there. So if we're still in here hunting in January and it's 12 degrees outside, put a little propane heater in here and we can sit all day long. Nice comfortable chairs. Yeah, this is it, man. Well, y'all, it's 4:30 in the evening. This day started about 5 this morning, as you saw, and I am not done, but I'm going to wrap this video up and go do my chores, figure out what's for supper, because tomorrow we start all over again. Tomorrow's the first day of youth rifle season. Youth rifle season for us, for my family, has always been a huge tradition thing. It's fall break for the kids, and they've all kind of grown up doing youth rifle season. It's the first chance that any hunter gets to get in the woods with a rifle to go after deer every year, and it's only 3 days long. And in the past, Emily, Weston both have killed some pretty nice deer in youth rifle season. I think Houston killed one a couple years ago in youth rifle season, but it's the kids' first chance to really get after the deer. Houston's the only one of the three that's done any real archery hunting. Weston tried 1 year. Emily never did. And Houston loves his crossbow. I figure in the next year or so, he's going to outgrow the crossbow world and want to do some compound bow hunting, some real archery. But for now, I like him hunting with a crossbow. It's clean, ethical, great way to harvest a deer. So didn't get to tag one this morning, but it was our first hunt of the year. Saw a lot. Got to sit out in the woods with Houston for the first time since last deer season like that, and I love those times. I love those memories, and can't wait to spend a lot of hours sitting right there. Knowing him, he'll probably be watching some Chiefs football out here. He can't miss a Chiefs game, but oh well. It is what it is in today's world and technology. I didn't grow up hunting like this. I grew up sitting on the ground next to a tree or up in a really rickety, unsafe deer stand in the cold. So I like this idea. I still love my pop-up blinds, and I'll still go sit on the ground sometimes. But these, when it's rainy and nasty, it's going to be hard to beat. So anyways, guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know. It just might change the world. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.